Just a little tour, update on the garage. Some haven't seen it from this angle. Show you the size of it. It's actually kind of a huge building. It's the same, almost the same footprint as our house. Most of the rough-in stuff is done. Rough-in wiring, rough-in plumbing. Haven't got the duct work done yet. Just a quick view from the outside. Give me an idea of the size. Still need to get the driveway apron poured. Not looking forward to that process. There's the side, north side. We've got about 12 feet between side of the building and the property line. "10-foot by 10-foot door. The bigger door is 10-foot by 20. So the main room here is 32 foot deep from the garage door to the dividing wall. There's a 5 by 8.5 to 9 bathroom, 3/4 bath. Toilet, mop sink, actually have a shower. And of course the normal lavatory sink. Jack and Jill doors, so you walk through the bathroom. This is Rita's studio space. She has her own entry door. So she opens it to our backyard. Gets to look at our pool. And she's planning on having a raised garden back in this little vestibule area. Wiring's been kind of overwhelming, trying to decide where every place we might want outlets, switches, lights, that kind of stuff. So we have 3 50 amp and 1 40 amp receptacles for Rita's big kilns. Dedicated 20 amp receptacle. Dedicated receptacle for a fan for the windows. Up in the corner next to the ceiling, we have Rita's Christmas tree lights. She wanted sparkly decorative lights. So they're all on a separate switch. She can turn them on and off when she feels sparkly. Hooked up a dedicated circuit so it can drop down from the ceiling down to a workbench in the center of her room. It's going to be on a portable cord so she can unplug it and not have it in the way if she wants to have clear floor space. She plans on having floor-to-ceiling cabinets. When I say floor-to-ceiling, she's going to have lower cabinets like a kitchen with a workbench, and that's why all the outlets along that wall. Tall windows so she can get light and air above the kilns, but neighbors won't just be able to look in and see. Yet we did put a lower window so she can look out the backyard. Her door. 10-foot tall walls. 3 rows of lights, all individually controlled Going to have a three-way switch that turns on the center ones, which are similar to what's on right now. And then the individual 3 over the kiln and 3 over the entryway. So she ought to have plenty of lights. The whole room was designed to where we can back our Suburban or van or trailer or whatever we use to haul her stuff to the garage, to the craft shows. Back it into the garage, up to these doors, open the door, and she can unload it. And she's planning on having pallet racks along this wall. So not very far to haul her stuff anymore. Like I say, the big room is where I plan on building the airplane. I've actually included every wall has its own 20 amp breaker. I've got separate outlets for a compressor, a future car lift, down low, close to the floor, a welder, 50 amp. Same thing with lights. Every 6 feet, I put a duplex outlet across the ceiling. So I've got 1 row on this run, 1 row over the center, and 1 row over the other bay. Plus I've got a separate circuit back here where I'm going to have somewhat of a workbench. Wanted to have separate lighting over here. Got the grinder pump for the plumbing, which pumps the sewage into our septic tank. There's water heater, 30-gallon. And the fun part, which is really hard to comprehend until you walk into it, is our attic space. It's a 4-foot wide staircase, which technically this is attic, but we had to make it so it's also usable space. So up here, it's 16 foot wide, 8 foot tall, and 32 foot deep, which is a big room. Lots of storage. And then my original plan was to have spiral stairs, but we ended up, Rita talked the builder into linking the 2 attics together. So he made a little step down area from the big attic space. Duck your head. And we walk down into a 10 foot wide by 6 foot tall attic space above Rita's studio. Ended up adding windows to both attics that were not on the original plan. And we added a window in the stairwell. Once again, just to add ventilation and good usable space. Let's move it along. My next task is to do the gas line plumbing. I've got to bring 3/4 inch gas pipe back by that window, up through the attic, or through the trusses, and across, and the furnace is going to go right in this corner, right beside this floor clean out. So, moving along. Just need to get off my butt and finish it up. We have new 200 amp service put in. So the entire building is on its own meter. And I've got 2 circuits hooked up right now, a lighting and a outlet circuit, and all the other circuits I have yet to pull in and hook to breakers. So the wiring took a lot longer than I had expected. A lot of wire in this building. It takes a lot to go up 12 feet, across 32, down another 8, and then across to where the outlets are. But we added exterior lights, floodlights, And I still need to pull in the low voltage stuff, garage door openers and cable and Ethernet, and speaker wire and all that kind of fun stuff. But we're getting closer.